What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I want to talk about the top story last night out there in Southfield, Michigan on the local news out there in Detroit about a 53-year-old grandmother that Tuesday night she was shot multiple times as she sat in her SUV in her driveway by an unknown gunman who shot her and then ran back off. Now, they're saying this was a targeted hit. And I don't know why people are running around here shooting grandmoms up, but something's going on. And I honestly believe she wasn't the intended target, but you be the judge. Take a look at what they got so far. We'll come back. Man, the world is a crazy place.
But first at 5, a peaceful street turned into a scene of chaos after gunfire erupted as a grandmother pulled into her driveway. Thank you for joining us. I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Simon Shakette. The terrifying scene unfolding Tuesday night in Southfield. A Ring doorbell showing the victim's young grandson in shock.
We need to leave! Mother, she's inside!
This all happened in the area of 11 Mile and Evergreen in Southfield, and the search is still on for a suspect.
7 News Detroit reporter Randy Wimbley hearing from neighbors and the victim's family, and he has an urgent message from police.
Yeah, he starts us off with a look at where the investigation stands right now.
The victim's family tells me she is undergoing surgery at a local hospital after being shot several times in front of her home. The suspect is still on the run. Police say this shooting was not random. Take a good look at this vehicle, and the man or surveillance camera captures running to it after a 53-year-old grandmother is shot in her own driveway. The vehicle then speeds away from the scene. Moments later, the woman's 14-year-old grandson, who was uninjured in the shooting, cries out for help. It all happened in the Evergreen Trail neighborhood near 11 Mile and Evergreen around 9:09 Tuesday night. Police tell me the victim had just arrived home with their grandson when someone fired into her SUV. She was struck several times. Investigators say the shooting was not random, but based on what they know at this point, the woman and her grandson were not the gunman's intended targets. The victim's family members did not wait for an ambulance to arrive. They rushed her to a hospital themselves. Police say she is in stable condition. Her family still too shaken up for an on-camera interview.
We heard this pop, 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 pop. You heard people in the back shouting, call 911. We heard people say, calling an ambulance. Less than 5 minutes later, Southfield police showed up, and it was just chaotic.
The chilling eruption of violence has neighbors like Henry Adams on edge.
Little unnerving for it to have happened right across the street from me. As I said, this is unusual.
I've been here for over 25 years now, and nothing like this ever happened in this area at all.
That neighbor did not want us to show his face, fearing retaliation from the gunman.
I'm thinking maybe they need to start neighborhood patrols again, just to be on the safe side.
Police say an officer spotted the suspect vehicle and pursued it to Detroit. He ultimately lost sight of the car near 7 Mile and Southfield roads. The gunman is still on the run. If you have any information about this shooting, or if you recognize the vehicle that was in that video, please do the right thing. Call Southfield Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. And remember, you can remain anonymous. I'm Randy Wimbley, 7 News Detroit.
That's what they have out here so far. Woman was pulling in her driveway with her 14-year-old son in the car. Man jumped out of another car, ran up on it, on her SUV, shot her up in her driveway. 14-year-old boy in the car, he wasn't hit. They say him or the grandmother wasn't the target. Okay, who else live in that house? Better yet, who else has access to that car and has drove that car before? Because I'm going to be honest with you, this woman's in the hospital fighting for her life, and I hope she's okay. But a lot of times in stories like this, we're on the outside looking in, and we always, you naturally go into this whodunit mode. But I think this right here, regardless if she was not the intended target, this was a message sent from something that was done to somebody else that they didn't deem appropriate. you gotta be honest. I gotta be honest here. Just looking at this, I'm more sure the family knows or has an idea of what this was about, and we'll probably never know that. Don't nobody just come up and shoot some random mother in her car and then run off the way that was done, like a mafia style hit. My thing where I would be going is who else is in that house that has access to that car. Said they flew back to Detroit. So that makes me believe that, you know what I'm saying, they was looking for somebody else. They ran up in the car. Probably nowadays was motherfuckers shoot blindly. They shot in the car and thought they hit the person who normally drives that car. But instead, they hit a grandma. Knowing them, they probably shot and just ran off and didn't even know. They just saw a figure in the front seat and thought it was who they was looking for. But I want you to think about it, man. You know, nowadays, man, and like, you know, you seen it with snow on the ground out there. It's cold. Somebody shot up. Motherfuckers running around here. Your ass supposed to be in the house. It's freezing outside. Motherfuckers running around here in inclement weather looking to kill other people. You think about that shit. It's very easy now to take a life without batting an eye. And this has been like this for a while, and it's getting worse and worse. Before, killers had somewhat of a code they went by. Now, there is none. Babies are getting killed. People are getting killed. I mean, back in the day, they would have a shooting or whatever, whether it was a drive-by or whatever. And if a baby was caught, that changed the whole dynamic of how people saw it and people wanted to help. Nowadays, this shit is so run amok. People are in fear to even help and do the right thing that the fucking media gotta beg people to help. Did you hear the guy? If you know who did this, do the right thing. Call Crime Stoppers or call whatever. What you think about it? People are committing the most egregious crimes, malicious crimes in broad daylight now. Now, this was at night. But what I'm saying is, people are no longer hiding their dirt in the shadows. They're creating horror movie scenes and mafia movie scenes in broad daylight now. And people are scared because the sense of security of being safe, even in your own neighborhood, has been compromised really bad. Yet the justice system don't seem to be doing anything about it or even addressing it. I told you, fear and greed are the things that power this country and keep those in power in control. Because if you're fearful and then they swoop in every once in a while and act like they did something to calm your fears, you'll always have to have a belief in those that really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Can you stop guns on the street and all of this type of stuff? To an extent. But I mean, they can stop all of this shit if they really want to. I mean, the stroke of a pen is more mightier than what comes out of your mouth. And they can change this shit. They can change all of these different crimes. Because these people that run around here dealing death is one thing they're scared of. What they dangle in other people's face to get something from them or to prove a point. They're scared of the exact same thing. So they throw that on other people to get what they want. And then when that's dangled in front of them, they still get what they want because they take a deal to where the terror that they put on others is not put on them by the justice system. That needs to change. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. That's sad. I hope she survives.